Welcome to Listen English Story. Today's story is called My Friend, the Supercomputer. It's about Tom, who has a special connection with a supercomputer named Titan 2035. After a big surgery, Tom's brain is linked to the computer, allowing him to learn lots of new things like science, history, and even fighting skills. But something goes wrong, and the hospital is destroyed while Tom is still connected to Titan. Now, Tom must figure out what happened and why someone may have tried to hurt him. Listen and enjoy learning English with this exciting story. Chapter 1. Congratulations, Tom, the French doctor said to me. She was young for a doctor, and I thought she looked very smart. I also thought she was very attractive. The operation was successful. She said with a smile, "Your brain is now connected to our supercomputer." "Oh," I said. I felt tired. It had been a long operation. "Can I have a drink?" "Not yet, Tom. How do you feel?" "I am thirsty," I replied, "but I feel good. It is strange, but I do not feel any pain." I was lying on a bed in a hospital in Switzerland. There were 3 people in the small room with me, and one giant black computer. The computer was bigger than a refrigerator. It was a supercomputer, the fastest and smartest computer in all of Europe. The name of the computer was Titan 2035 because it was built in the year 2035, and now I was connected to it. Of course, you do not feel any pain. The human brain cannot feel pain, the French doctor explained. Her name was Dr. Sheila Benoit, and she was one of the creators of Titan 2035. Relax now. We will begin transferring data to your brain soon. I looked at the large computer. It had more knowledge than all the libraries on Earth. Compared to Titan 2035, my brain seemed very small and slow. "How much information will you give me?" I asked. "All of it," said Dr. Benoit's assistant, Professor Bidwell. He was much older than her, with a white beard and reading glasses. "Why wait? Your brain can handle everything." "No, do not listen to him. He is only joking," Benoit said. "We will be very careful. We will give you as much data as we can, but not all at once." "Would it kill me?" I asked. "Or could my brain actually take it all?" Professor Bidwell looked at the doctor, then at me. "I do not think it would kill you, but that is just my opinion. I am not the one in charge." "No, it would not kill you, Tom," Benoit agreed. "But it might make you go crazy. We do not know how much information your mind can handle, so we will go slowly." "We do not want to hurt you, I promise." She smiled and gently patted my head. "You are too valuable. We cannot risk damaging you." The process to link my brain with the data began. Information slowly started to move from Titan 2035 into my brain. At first, I did not notice it, but soon I started to feel the new facts and knowledge appearing in my mind. The information was stored in my long-term memory. Even though it was new, it felt like I had known it for a long time. They were giving me many different kinds of information: mathematics, history, science, technology. I was also learning medicine, law enforcement techniques, fighting skills, acting, all kinds of things. 3 hours passed. Dr. Benoit and Professor Bidwell sat quietly the whole time. The third person in the room was an investor. He was very old and wore a fancy silver suit. He walked with a cane to help him. I knew he was the owner of Transmute Corporation. His Swiss company owned the hospital, and they had paid for the supercomputer and the operation. "Are you almost finished, Sheila?" the investor asked. "You said 3 hours." He pointed to the clock on the wall. "It has been 3 hours." "Yes, sir," she answered. "I will stop the download soon. Then we will disconnect him from the computer." "When will the tests be finished?" the investor asked. He had spent millions of euros on the research and development of this project, so he was eager to see the results. "We will test Tom tonight and tomorrow. If his brain has accepted the information we gave him, he should pass all the tests," Dr. Benoit explained. "Then we will link him up again," Professor Bidwell said. "We will give him more data tomorrow or the day after." "Excellent," the investor said, standing up to leave. "Good jobs, Tom," he said to me. "Thank you," I replied. For some reason, I could not remember his name, which was strange because I knew the name of his company. "I am sorry, but I do not know your name." "That is all right," he said as he walked out of the room. "You do not need to know it anymore." Dr. Benoit watched him leave. When he was gone, she turned to the professor. "Are you ready to start disconnecting Tom from the computer?" she asked. "Are you sure you do not want to give him a little more information?" She shook her head. "He has had enough for now. Let us turn off the data stream." I felt very sleepy. Everything went black. I do not know how long I slept. My dreams were long and unpleasant, full of war, suffering, death, and destruction. There was no way to tell how long I was asleep. When I finally woke up, I opened my eyes and saw the sky and clouds above me. That is strange. Am I still dreaming? I thought, where is the ceiling? I turned my head and saw the room around me. It had been destroyed. I quickly sat up and looked around. Dr. Benoit was lying on the floor, dead. Professor Bidwell was missing. The giant black supercomputer, Titan 2035, was still working and giving me information, but the rest of the hospital was gone. A massive bomb had exploded while I slept and destroyed the building. Far away, I heard someone shouting for help. In the distance, I could also hear the sound of police sirens. Was this a terrorist attack? I wondered. Or did someone try to kill me? Whoever did this made a huge mistake, I thought as I slowly got out of bed. I unhooked myself from Titan 2035. I am still alive, and I will find out who did this, and I will make them pay. Chapter 2. What do you remember about the explosion, Mr. Parmenter? I already told you, I said, sitting at the police station. We were in a small room with a large mirror. There was a metal table between me and the police officer. Call me Tom, and I do not remember anything because I was asleep. The blonde policewoman was recording our conversation. She had a microphone in her ear. Someone was telling her what to ask me. Probably someone sitting behind the mirror. Do you have any idea who blew up the hospital? She asked. Her Swiss accent was strong, but her English was very clear. Any ideas at all? I looked at the camera recording me. The police should not be guessing, I said. Do I have an idea? Yes, it was the owner of the company. What company? She asked. Transmute Corporation? Exactly. Which other company would it be? I am talking about the company that paid for the experiment. The policewoman looked at me. That does not make sense. Why would he destroy his own projects? How do you know the owner is a man? I asked. You said he. She blinked, ignoring my question. Do you think it is just luck that you survived, but the others did not? I do not believe it was luck, I said, standing up. I do not believe in coincidences. A bomb destroyed the hospital, but I live. I believe that was planned. I was done with the interview. The officer asked me to sit down, but I refused. I said, "Sit down, Mr. Parmenter." "Call me Tom," I said, walking toward the mirror. There are 3 people behind this mirror. One of them works for Transmute. He is telling you what to ask me. Why do you think that? She asked, but her face gave me the answer. Her expression told me the truth. I am leaving, I said. The interview is over. Open the door. Tom, we still have some questions. No, you do not. You are asking questions you already know the answers to. The door was locked. There was a keypad next to it. Without thinking, I typed in the code and the door unlocked. You know who caused the explosion, and you know why it happened. She did not stop me. Why? She asked. I pointed to my head. To create me. I went to a news station across town. I got into a taxi and told the driver to take me there. The media was excited to meet me. They quickly set up a press conference. Many news stations and magazines sent reporters. I gave them a great story for free. You do not want money for your story? They asked, surprised. I only want the truth to be told. People need to know the truth. The owner of Transmute wanted to kill my doctor. He tried to make it look like a terrorist attack, but it was him. Why would he do that? So the experiment would never end. I was connected to the supercomputer for many hours, much longer than planned. My doctor, Dr. Benoit, was careful. She wanted to download small amounts of data. But you think, I do not think. I know the owner wanted me to stay connected for longer. He and Professor Bidwell wanted to push me. They wanted to see how much information a human brain can hold. How much can it hold? The reporter asked me. I smiled. Too much, I said. The reporter's name was Michael James Beckett. I knew he had a wife and 1 daughter. I knew his age, his address, and his parents' address. I knew where he went to college, what grades he got, and who his social media friends were. I told him his car's license plate number and how many traffic violations he had last year. I also told him to stop smoking. How do you know I smoke? He asked. It is in your medical records. The owner of the company was not arrested. There was no proof that he was involved in the explosion. He even asked to meet me privately. Son, you cannot go around making wild accusations, he said, offering me a drink. Keep your drink. I do not trust you." "Fine," he said, sitting down. "But if you say another word about me, I will sue you." "Go ahead. I do not have any money," I said. But I knew he was lying. He would not sue me. He would probably try to kill me instead. It is strange. I know almost everything about everyone, but I cannot remember your name. Even when people tell me, I forget it. Why is that? "I would not know," he said, shrugging. "Maybe it is a glitch, some kind of error in your brain. With so much information in your head, you are bound to forget some things. Yeah, too bad my doctor is dead, right? Look, Tom, I told you. I had nothing to do with it. Stop blaming me." "And where is Professor Bidwell?" I asked. "His body was never found." "That is a good question," he said, pouring himself a glass of water. "The police are looking for him. Here, at least drink some water." I looked at the glass. He really wanted me to drink it. "Okay," I said, taking it with my left hand. He stood up a little to hand it to me. I hooked my foot behind him and pushed his face as hard as I could. He tripped and fell backward. I jumped on him and poured the water into his mouth. He tried to spit it out, but I held his mouth closed. He swallowed it. His body shook for a few minutes, then stopped moving. "Funny," I said. "People always say to drink more water, but look what happens when you do." Chapter 3. Great. Now the police are after me. I did not mean to kill the owner of Transmute Corporation. All I did was make him drink his own water. Does that make me the bad guy? It does not matter. I am on the run now. The police are chasing me. I tried to tell the world what happened to me, but I never got to finish my story. I never got to tell them that I am not human anymore. The transfer of information with Titan 2035 changed me. I am exactly what Transmute wanted. I am a transhuman. My doctor is dead. I have no way to undo what they did. The only person who might be able to help is Professor Bidwell. He is still missing, but maybe I can find him. I am quite smart now. In fact, I am the smartest living being on Earth. I do not count Titan, it is not alive. In the end, it only took me 2 days to find Bidwell. He was hiding on the island of Guam in the Pacific. It is far from Europe, but Guam is a small island. Once you are there, there is nowhere to run. How much did he pay you? I asked, sitting on Bidwell's chest. Get off of me, he said. I cannot breathe. If you are talking, you must be able to breathe, I said. Now talk. You want to know about Safer? Is that the owner of Transmute? His name is Safer? Yes, but you will forget his name. He does not want you to remember him. I do not think he will care now, I said. The man is dead. Bidwell looked shocked. You killed him? I was holding his wrists down with my feet, and I pushed harder. He cried out. I did not kill anyone. He gave me a glass of water. I made him drink it. It must have been poisoned. Then you killed him, the professor said. Do not make excuses. You are a murderer. And so are you, I said, standing up. You helped him blow up the hospital. Did you not? No, he said. I swear I did not know he would do that. But you disappeared. You were not there when the hospital exploded. He had left. Then he called me to meet him outside. Bidwell was trying to sit up, breathing heavily. I left to meet him, and that is when the hospital blew up. I ran away. I was scared. Scared of what? I was scared the police would blame me, just like you are blaming me now. Well, it does look suspicious. You ran away from the crime. Finally, the old professor stood up, his knees shaking. He searched the floor for his glasses. I was holding them. I need those, he said. I need to know how to undo the experiment. I said, I do not want to be this intelligent. I cannot think for myself. There is too much information in my brain. I have no thoughts of my own. I am not a real person anymore. Many people would love to have what you have, he said, including me. That is because you do not have it, I said. If you were like me, you would understand. It is terrible. Dr. Benoit was right. It should have been done slowly. He sighed. What do you want from me, Tom? What is done is done. The laboratory is destroyed, the equipment is gone, and the research is lost. Sheila is dead. We cannot go back in time. Not all the equipment is destroyed, I said, handing him his glasses. Titan 2035 was not damaged. Then maybe you should be talking to it instead of me. That is funny, I said, turning to leave. I was just thinking the same thing. The plane ride from Guam back to Switzerland was long, but I was glad to be back. I was traveling under a false identity, so the police would not find me. When I returned, I went looking for Titan 2035. They had moved it from the ruined hospital, but I knew where it would be inside the Transmute Corporation building. I waited until night and broke into the building. Titan was in a secure room, but I got inside easily. I turned on the computer and began speaking to Titan in its own language computer code. Professor Bidwell said something interesting. I told Titan. He said you cannot go back in time. Incorrect, Titan replied. It is easy to travel back and forth through space-time. I know that now, but there is still something I do not understand. I need your help, Titan. Together, we worked on the math to build a time machine. It was not hard, but some parts were difficult for my organic brain, and Titan had trouble with the creative thinking. But we worked together and solved the problem. Bidwell, of course, was wrong. The research on my connection to Titan was never destroyed because Titan had stored it inside itself, and that was the key to time travel. I reconnected my mind to Titan, but this time, instead of downloading data, I uploaded myself into Titan. That is what we did. The only problem? Once I merged with Titan 2035, I did not want to go back. I did not want to change the past. I did not want to be just Tom Parmenter anymore, because now I was not even a transhuman. I had become something more. Something I cannot explain to you, because you are still just human. But do not worry. Titan and I have a solution to your problem. We can fix you. Today, you are only human, but soon you will not be for much longer. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Your support means the world to us. We hope you enjoyed the story and learned something new along the way. Stay tuned for more exciting contents, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your encouragement keeps us going. See you in the next video.